Kinda looks like my car is dirty. Yep, I think it's dirty. If you were to wash your car here, the next day will be just as dirty with all the gravel roads here. It's insane. This here's old ruined stone. You can find this throughout Sweden. It's stone made by people from the Middle Ages or earlier, inscribed with ruins, as you can see. Time to get myself some lunch. And yeah, I know, for all you English speaking folk out there, that's a funny name for a store. I was driving along the road and I look out to my left and I see this giant ass boulder, the one behind me. And I'm like, wow, that's awesome! That looks like a really big boulder dragged along with the Ice Age. Let's see if that's actually the case or something. And then you get out the car, walk here, and it's actually not that impressive. It's not even a boulder, it's just a patch of rock that hasn't got any grass over it. That happens sometimes too. I'm here to film something cool for you guys, and then yep, nothing. But I am on my way to find something cool to film for you guys. I just need to find it. I know of the place, but I don't know where the place is. So I'm gonna see if I can find somebody to ask and yeah, film it for you guys. Yeah, this looks like a normal forest if you look at it like this, but if I pan down, it's actually a graveyard. Yeah. So apparently there are plenty of normal graveyards here in Sweden, but when I did the work for the church, they also took me here because I did some panoramic pictures for them, and we drove past this graveyard, and this is actually a pretty nice graveyard. Just look at it. It has like it's a normal field between the trees, and the people get to rest here just in nature itself. Like, I'm thinking I would like to be cremated, but a graveyard like this almost makes me want to be buried here. This one actually got a little bit of a light candle in it. Graveyards here are a lot better taken care of. Like, all the flowers are always fresh, the graves are taken care of, the stones are cleaned, and yeah, just look at this. It's got fresh flowers. This one also got a fresh bouquet. More freshness. More lit candles. And it's a beautiful resting place if you choose to rest like this. It completely erases that eerie feeling you get on some graveyards. Like on some graveyards you're there and it's just a graveyard. You're just among dead people, and gives you that strange feeling like you don't want to be there. And this is just a nice forest with graves in between it, but it's basically just forest. The cool thing about that gravesite is not just that it's in the forest, but there is also a section especially for Muslim people. Like, they take into account that Muslim people have different rituals and different ways they would like to rest their dead. I don't know if he knows, but his car is more made out of rust than any kind of metal. I wonder what's keeping that car together. So I'm here at the rescue services here in Sweden, together with Jörg, what's your name?
Jörgen Franzén.
Jürgen Franzén, yes. He has agreed to give me a little bit of show and tell about the stuff they do here, because the rescue services here in Sweden are a lot different than back in Holland, and because they do a lot of stuff in the forest as well. Yeah. And yeah, so he's going to show me around a little bit to the things they use here in Sweden. Interesting vehicles that I'm not familiar with, those green ones.
Vi har bandvagn till att ta oss ut i skogen då, alltså. Skadade personer, skogsarbetare och sånt här. Skogsbränder.
Okay. So they use that vehicle mostly for when people get hurt in the forest, or when there's a forest fire, they go out with these vehicles.
In the summer we have water here, by about 1,000 liter.
So they have a response time of 20 minutes, and they've got 3 stations here in Eksjö, which are positioned in such a way that every station can respond within that time.
Yeah. And the fireman is working another place, and he has 5 minutes to bring it to the station and go out.
Okay. So not all firemen are here at all times?
No.
So they have 5 minutes to get here?
It's only the fire boss is here. 11,000 liter.
Okay.
It's lastväxlare. You can put it out and stay it here, and we have another tank.
Okay, so it can leave the water here at some place and then go get more in with another.
And the pump is sitting on the tank.
Okay, so the pump is included with the water itself, with the water tank. Oh, that's very handy.
Oil in the water. You can go out and
clean up oil spills and rescue people from the water.
Yes.
Okay, that's very interesting.
With traffic accident, we have a special car for that.
Just for traffic accidents?
With a small car, you hear
to
tools or open a car.
Okay. So you guys do that as well, to open up cars and get people out? Well, that's very cool to see everything.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time.
Yes.
So,
sure.
So this is the fire department in Eksjö. Well, it's not just the fire department, there are rescue services. And, well, thank you for your work.
Yeah. Welcome.
So I'm editing the vlog you are watching right now. And I noticed, well, I didn't just notice while editing, I noticed before that this guy is really boring. He's not into his job, he is not passionate at all. He basically is just like, well, here's a car and we use it for this. That's all. Moving on. And it just wasn't interesting. I did my very best to ask him a lot of questions, to keep him talking, or because it's just cool to get into a rescue services department and get a tour, you know. So I want to redo it for you guys. I'm going to another rescue department somewhere else. It might not be tomorrow, maybe some other day, whenever I got the time. But I'm gonna see if I can get a little bit more interesting explanation for you guys. So, ever since I moved to Sweden, I noticed that the fire department here is a little bit different than what we have seen in Holland. So, yeah, without making a previous arrangement, I just walked in here to see if they will show me some stuff. And he did. It was very helpful, very nice. Gave me a brochure. Whoop-de-doo, I got a brochure. Yeah, here's editing me again. As you can see, editing. Sorry that with today's vlog I did a lot of talking into the camera. So I start resolving it by talking into the camera a little bit more. Yeah, I thought that the rescue services thing was gonna be a lot more interesting, so I didn't film too much today. Sadly, that didn't turn out to be the case. But I'm gonna make it up to you guys with another vlog with better rescue services. But well, thank you very much for watching. Subscribe if you liked it. Give me a thumbs up. And see you later. Bye.